All right, Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites from the Indianapolis branch of the Great Millstone. Once again, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well in teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and our fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also, salutations to the hopeful elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the four corners of the earth that be likened to the speckled bird, also known as the Israelite foreigners and your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. To you, we say Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, we got this article here. The link to it will be in the description box, and it's titled UN General Assembly 2024. Diplomats walk out in protest against Netanyahu's address. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it.
Somebody read the articles.
Yep. It says scores of diplomats walked out of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's speech at the United Nations General Assembly on Friday and protests against the devastating war on Gaza and the latest Israeli attacks on Lebanon.
Yeah, so and then you can see, you're gonna see in the picture, you're watching the image or the screenshot, you're gonna see that the vast majority of this assembly is not in there.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the people that's in the ruling seat.
Yep.
See, they don't look at these people as the top, but these are the powers that be.
Mm-hmm.
All right, these are those Amalekites, again with those central bankers.
Mm-hmm.
This is the chief tribe of the house of Esau. Edom.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and they walking out on me. They don't even hear that shit no more. The whole world see what's going on over there in Gaza.
Mm-hmm.
You have a total advantage, which is a slaughter campaign that's going on. They can't even fight. They can't even throw a fucking rock back hardly without being devastated with some cruise missiles or land air missiles. And, Go ahead.
It says several diplomats could be seen walking out in haste as Netanyahu entered the Great Hall to speak from the rostrum, with the presiding diplomat having to shout "Order, please!" as the Israeli leader took to the stage.
They basically saying listen to this man, he's of importance, which we know the scriptures say that he's not important. We're gonna get it for you in Obadiah. All right, somebody grab Obadiah.
I got
1 or 2.
Start at the top.
Yep.
Okay.
This is Obadiah.
Because they call the so-called white people over here Edomites. No, you're the chief tribe, all right, of Esau, Edom. All right, you're the top house of Satan.
Yep.
People of Satan. Go ahead.
Actually, and just really quick, at the top of this in the Strong's says Edom will be humbled.
Mm-hmm.
So Obadiah 1 says, the vision of Obadiah, thus said the Lord power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised.
So look that up for me, Babu Shah.
Okay.
It says, "Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised." And that goes with the Amalekites. Here it is. You're not as far as in size, you're not a numerous multitude, right? Or innumerable multitude, Shalaki. And the scriptures tell you that what the children of Israel should be like as the sands of the sea. All right, it cannot be numbered. That's a cut to you as well.
Yep. Well,
Yeah,
You wanna say
this,
something?
no, go ahead.
no, I was going to say, and they tell everybody on the news that they give a number to themselves. Tell you how many of them are in the world, all over the place. How is that? That shows, like you said, that's a cut to what's in the scriptures about the true people. He said they cannot be counted, cannot be numbered, like the stars of the heavens, sands of the sea, hairs on the head. So that's one cut to you right there.
God.
Yep. This is Strong's H 6996 Quatan, and it reads young, small, insignificant, unimportant.
Unimportant.
Yep.
And that's really who you are. Even when you created this by way of that Balfour Declaration, all right. Even during them time, you had small numbers. All right. out of all the Edomite established countries, he was the last one established.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're insignificant, man, and the Lord's showing you you're insignificant. You know. Go ahead. I'm on the article.
Yep. Back in the article, it says the war on Gaza, now approaching its 1-year mark, has turned much of the enclave into an uninhabitable hellscape.
Mm-hmm.
More than 42,000.
It's a basically they made the whole Gaza Strip, both of them, desolate.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all done totally decimated that Gaza, both Gaza strips.
Mm-hmm.
The people they fleeing other countries. They living in tents. They had houses and buildings. You know, they living in tents and they fleeing to other countries for refuge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, go ahead, Art.
It says more than 42,000 people have been killed. Almost the entire population are reported to have fled their homes at least once, and those in northern Gaza are on the verge of famine.
Yeah, see.
Mm-hmm.
So and basically, you look at all the numbers, the scores of people that have been murdered, mainly women and children.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why the General Assembly now is walking out on you.
Mm-hmm.
Because why? They see that this is ain't nothing but it's a total genocide,
Yep.
total annihilation
Yep.
of a people that can't even fight back, man.
Mm-hmm.
And you're being backed by who? Babylon.
Yep.
The only one to stay and listen to that nonsense, all right, is America.
Yep.
All right, and this is how you know that eventually they're gonna pull America into this conflict, all right, hands on, like what's called it on the front lines, because those weapons that America have given them are not enough. That's why when Iran had shot that drone, them little drones over there, and depleted most of their defense systems or strikes, counter strikes.
The Iron Dome.
Yeah, that weak ass Iron Dome.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, and they couldn't defend themselves with it.
Mm-hmm.
And they show you that they was weak.
Mm-hmm.
And so these Arab nations around them, you know, the Ishmaelite nations, you know, they the Ishmaelites, they're backed by Russia.
Yep.
They're backed by Russia. Somebody go to Ezekiel 38 real quick, because like they just killed the Hezbollah leader, but he got a replacement just like that.
Yep. Yep.
But those Arab nations are first of all, they already spending the petrodollar,
Mm-hmm.
and now they're seeking help from other countries. All right, mainly Russia, they have a superior weaponry, all right, than Babylon.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Go to the point where it says, "Be thou." Well, you can start at the top and jump down to the point where it says, "Be thou our God unto them."
Okay, this is Ezekiel 38, verses 1. It says, "And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, says, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him."
Which we know that's Russia. Russia sits in the landmass of Gog, land of Gog. You look it up on the Google map, you'll find that. Okay.
Okay.
You also, we already know recently, a couple weeks back, that Turkey, you know, applied to join the BRICS. All right. So we see that everything is turning against you Edomites over in the land and over here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that are hand in hand with each other. Go ahead.
You said you want the verse with the shield.
Well, it says, "Be thou a guard unto them." Go, you can jump down.
Okay.
It's about verse 6. Isn't it?
I'm still on some 42.
Okay.
Actually,
7.
7.
7. Okay.
It says, "Be thou a guard, be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them."
Yeah, be thou a guard unto them. Because why? You got Hezbollah, which is backed by Iran. All right, Iran is backed by, well, part of the BRICS nations. They're backed by Russia and the other BRICS members. Okay? So eventually this is going to come to a head, man.
Mm-hmm.
To an all-out World War III. Somebody wants to jump in there, bro.
Yeah. If I may, you know, you talk about all the Ishmaelites around there, and if you notice who occupies those lands, you got Yemen, Iraq, Iran, Saudi Arabia. Now you look at where they are today. Gaza is just a small part of it, but as the scriptures say, he gave Abraham the promise, the land from the great river of Egypt, which is the Nile, all the way over to the Euphrates. That's Genesis 15, 18 through 21. All right, and when you look at that, that's a main reason why they're fighting all those other nations around there, because that's the true prophecy. That's the true land of the Israelites. You know, that Gaza Strip is a little small part of it, but they really want that to take control of the ports. Okay, that's coming in over there. They already had the plans laid out. All right.
And
Ports.
No, I was gonna say also to your point where, you know, it's like a lot of these other nations, again, they're gonna now, you know, starting to choose sides, and they see that, you know, that they're being bullied, you know, and it's like, since they don't have any real backing, you know, they're just gonna go ahead and mold through. But the moment you see that, oh, Russia is backing this country, or Russia is behind, if you touch them, Russia then will make a move. Then now you want to hold your hand. You want to play scared. Like, we say play scared, but you don't want to do anything. You want to now be diplomatic and have conversations and talks. But, you know, outside of that, you know, you're just going to be a bully and just run over people. You know?
The ports, if you don't know about ports is a way to get goods in and out of a land. It's always, the ports have always been around, going back to when man placed upon earth. The seas have always been a navigation point to get goods from one part of the land or another continent to the other. You know?
And you know how important they are. And what a couple years ago, when that ship turned sideways in the Suez Canal, and all the food and stuff was locked up. I mean, a lot of stuff went off of menus. You know, Starbucks, you know, lost a lot of product. Qdoba lost a lot of product. You know, all these restaurants couldn't get their product because of that ship turning on sideways.
The Panama Canal. The water lowered in the Panama Canal. That caused a bottleneck. They had to go all the way down past South America. That's a long time. It's weeks, all right, potentially months. You know, that can take that route around South America. Those waters are troubling, and even though ships being so durable, it's still you know what I'm saying, a heavy or narrow passage to go around. You know, because the currents, you can't control that water out there. You know, it's like you trying to put these ships through hurricanes and tsunamis, whatever. But that's the main way you get, like, America is the importing country. So America depends on these ports.
Consuming.
When they shut down these ports, everything gonna dry up fast. I mean, I'm the one did a video about that last night. Go ahead.
Well, that's what the guy said yesterday. He said for every day we don't work, that's a 7-day delay on the food. So he said even if we were able to catch up, you know, 3-4 days later, by the time you get it, it's already to expire.
Well, that was it on what you called for.
Yeah. So let's go from there. A little more in the article.
Okay. It says, meanwhile, whole neighborhoods and families have been erased, with homes, schools, and hospitals devastated by airstrikes and tank fire. Despite the bloodbath, Israel has sought to expand the war, and in the past week has been relentlessly bombing Lebanon, killing more than 700 people, including scores of women and children.
Somebody grab Revelation 6:4.
Revelation.
It said what? Tanks, bombs, missiles.
Chapter 6, verse 4.
Somebody, matter of fact, we read Genesis 27 first. Get that first. The blessing of Esau. They show you that Esau is on top. It says Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed it. Well, we gotta go into how I identify who is Esau and Jacob. There are identifiers to identify who is who.
I got it.
And you can identify them by the blessings.
Yep.
You got it, brother?
This is Genesis 27 and 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
Yeah, this is Esau coming in from the field, hunting and shit. And he realized that Jacob had got that blessing, all right, from their father Isaac. So he's weeping now. He's like, man, I want a blessing too.
That he sold.
Yeah, that he already sold.
He already sold, yep.
For all you wacky tacky Christians. He already sold it. his birthright, and now the blessing, which the Lord put on the spirit of Rebekah to get Jacob up, go get that blessing from your father. Show you the Lord was with Rebekah and Jacob to get that blessing, you know? Go ahead.
And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth.
Yeah, but you control the resources, which translates into wealth and riches, right? Go ahead.
And of the dew of heavens and above and
From
from above. And by the sword shalt thou live.
And by thy sword shalt thou live. That's all you need right there. And by thy sword shalt thou live. So this is what Isaac blessed you. He said, hey, you're going to have the fatness of the earth, all right? Which you already explained what that is, riches and wealth, right? He says, and by thy sword shalt thou live, right? Grab that Revelation 6 and 4. Michael Shaw.
Revelations 6 and 4. It says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him.
You know when you go to Genesis, when you go to Genesis 25, it says that the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. And he called his name Esau. Esau is mentioned, with the color red in the Bible. So we know that the horse represents power.
Yep.
So the red man or the red people are in power, which is who? The Edomites.
Yep.
That's where the word Edom comes from. The Hebrew word Adawam, which means red. Go ahead.
And they use white to hide themselves.
Yeah.
We know that word was 1681, and white means without moral impurity. And as we see in day by day, that's far from your history. There's nothing morally impure about you. This is
Far from their nature.
Yeah.
Your whole nature is diabolical.
Con.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Revelation chapter 6 verse 4, and it reads, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
It's like, go ahead.
And there was given unto him a great sword.
And he given to him a great sword. So we know why there's no peace on earth, because you damn Edomites in power. And you Amalekites are the ones behind all these wars. You're the main ones behind these wars. You profit off these wars. I forget that saying that says the best time to is the buy is when blood's running the streets. That's some of the Amalekites, man.
Yeah. Oh well, even Gootly Shatner Rothschild, the wife of Meyer Amschel Rothschild, said there wouldn't be any wars if my sons didn't want any. That's a quote by her.
Let me bring out something real quick.
Uh-huh.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 17, verse 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
The wicked. Malachi 1 tell you who the wicked is. The Edomites. All right? And it says what? Hey, which is thy sword. So we know that the wicked is a part of the sword of the Lord. Okay? And like I said, you're only doing these things because it's in the power of your hands, referring to the book of Micah, the 2nd chapter. The fact you're able to murder these people, all right, and to totally take away their possessions, which the land of, go to Ezekiel 36. That land don't belong to either one of you. See what I'm talking about? They don't belong to neither one of you, but the fact that you're in that land.
At the top.
You go to Ezekiel 36 and 5.
Yep.
Did you finish that Revelation?
Yeah.
See, the people that belong in the land is the 12 tribes of Israel.
I got the Ezekiel if you got it.
Yeah, I got 36 and 5. Okay.
Go ahead, read it, Barzal.
Okay. It says, the book of Ezekiel chapter.
Somebody get that Zechariah 9. Baptist to well and Ashdod. Go ahead,
Oh, you probably started 2. Verse 2. It says, 1. Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 1. Also, thou son of man, prophesy unto the mountains of Israel, and say, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Thus saith Yahweh our power, because the enemy have said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession.
Yeah, that's why they make fun of Jake. They call Jake monkeys and shit. They say Jake is the number one star of Judah. They mentioned Judah, so-called black youth, is the number one threat to Israel. I mean, that is blasphemy. You created the situation that the so-called black youth, which is the tribe of Judah, in.
Mm-hmm. The woman who said that, she's a top Israeli counsel that said the number one threat to Israel is the black youth of America, Judith Barnett Shore. She's a top person who said that. And that was on American soil in Atlanta.
Yeah.
A few years ago.
In Atlanta.
Yep.
Judah run things down there.
Mm-hmm.
As far as, economically. Judah's thriving down in Atlanta.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Verse 3.
The nerve of her name to be Judith, though. Go ahead. That's beyond me. Go ahead.
All right. Verse 3. Therefore prophesy and say, Thus saith Yahweh our power, because they have made you desolate and swallow you up on every side.
Yeah, that's why we live in the ghettos.
Mm-hmm.
From Judah on down, we live in the, it says the corners of the earth in Deuteronomy, which is the remote places, the hoods, to the point where Jake don't even know anything outside of the hood. They glorify living in the hood like it's a place to be.
Mm-hmm.
And this is our lowest point as a people. We're like you said, we're a holy nation, all right, unto our power. We don't belong in ghettos and in the hoods. Go ahead.
Okay. Continuing in verse 3, that ye might be a possession unto the residue of the heathen, and ye are taken up in the lips of talkers, and are in an infamy of the people.
Right, because you go into Isaiah 34, it says what? There's a controversy of Zion.
Yep.
See, we've been the infamy of the people. Look at the word infamy. We've been the infamy of the people for so long.
Yeah.
For us to even stand up and say that we are these people that the Bible speaks of, all right, it's offending, these people, because why? They know. They know they can't they know they can't stop prophecy. It's the prophecy of the true children of Israel waking up. Go ahead.
Well, this is in the Webster Dictionary. Infamy. This is evil reputation brought about by something grossly criminal, shocking, or brutal.
That's why every time something significant going on, who's in the face of the news? An Israelite, so-called black Latino Native American, especially so-called blacks. That's why P. Diddy in the news right now.
Yep.
All this shit going on right now, you know what I'm saying? That's done behind closed doors. And who's everybody talking about? P. Diddy, the diddler.
Yep.
That's P. Diddy ain't no what importance he holding? He ain't important in no way, shape, form, or fashion. He just a wealthy Israelite that's a sodomite, and we all know he's a sodomite. The nigga walking down the street with his pants halfway down his ass know that Diddy is a sodomite. So who cares? He's a rich sodomite. Okay. What about the legislation you're passing to try to overthrow him in the Lord, or try to destroy him in the Lord? Come against the Lord's servants, basically.
One more.
Yeah.
It says an extreme and publicly known criminal or evil act.
Yeah, Revelation 12th chapter goes in there. The accuser of thy brethren. The accuser of thy brethren. You go ahead, brother.
This is a quick one just to back you up on that point. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, chapter 23, verse 15, and it reads, The man that is accustomed to opprobrious words will never be reformed all the days of his life.
God.
And that word opprobrious means to bring shame or disgrace. All right? And we know that he's wicked. He will never be reformed. So that's what he does. He's the accuser of the brother. Try to put us in categories. He makes us the face of his stuff.
Of crime.
And all his wickedness. Like it says according to Jeremiah 2:33. Why trimmest thy way to seek love? Hast thou taught the wicked ones thy ways? All right? He makes you the face of it.
That's right.
You see, Jake is the face on the news whole time. Meanwhile, Israel's at war on 5 fronts, man. See, but that's not as huge in the news, because majority of Jake and the world itself, man, are just so fixated on these distractions.
First thing is worried about Wayne and Kendrick.
Brother, that show you that these devils know what they're doing, because Jeffrey Epstein went in the news like that.
Yep.
It quickly came and went away. But Diddy, and that's all over.
And he's a low hanging fruit of all of that.
And this man had a whole island.
Every
post. And he's fucking the so-called royal family tied to him. All these, you got a lot of presidents and other countries' presidents and leaders tied to Jeffrey Epstein. But you got Pete Diddy he's the worst of the worst.
Mm-hmm. He's got one island that we know of.
One that we know of. That's right, brother.
Shit, even in that, man, they was
Somebody got Russell with Simon one.
they was talking about releasing that Epstein list. You know, now there were like leaks on social media and shit, but that shit never made the mainstream. They was talking for days and days and days about releasing that list, which you only seen leaks in certain, you know, things on social media. But as far as the mainstream news, the mainstream media, it ain't make it on there.
And when you talk about that opprobrious words, look at what they did in the media. They called his stuff the freak offs. So, you know, what was it at that upper level?
That's right.
Did we finish that?
Let's finish Ezekiel 36.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to Ezekiel 36, verse 4. It says, "Therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of Yahweh our power. Thus saith Yahweh our power to the mountains, and to the hills, and to the rivers, and to the valleys, and to the desolate waste, and to the cities that are forsaken, which became a prey and derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about."
The heathen that are round about have taken that land into their own possession. Okay, so it's speaking to you heathen that's in the land.
Yep.
I don't care if it's a few jakes among them. So what? Overwhelmingly, who control that land? You had the Ishmaelites in there, then you had the Amalekite Edomites in that motherfucker. That's who fighting over the land. Go ahead.
I got the list of the cities that's over there. You got Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, of course, Israel, Iraq, Iran, Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Medina, Yemen, you know, and a host of other cities that's in all that land that we was talking about in Genesis 15, 18 through 21. All right. Back to Ezekiel 35, verse 5. And it's a point.
36.
36, Slaki, the water. Ezekiel 36, verse 5. "Thus saith Yahweh our power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea."
Now you gotta go look up that word Idumea. All right, we know. You do your own research, like the brother Barasa. You gotta do your own digital research. We know Idumea goes back to what? Edom. It's a Greek way of saying Edom. So we know it's the Edomites. Who those so-called JOWs? They go back to the house and he saw Edom. Go ahead.
Okay. "Which have appointed my land into their possession."
The Balfour Declaration. Okay. That's you appointing the land into your own. Go ahead.
The 1917 went effective 1948. It says, "Which have appointed my land to their possession with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds, to cast it out for a prey."
To cast it out for a prey. And so now what? Since they came, because it did start in 1917, but it was put into effect 1948. All right, or made known publicly worldwide. All right, it says because you go to the actual declaration, he said, "It is my pleasure."
Yep.
"It is my pleasure, dear Lord." Somebody want to pull that up real quick. The Balfour Declaration.
Yeah.
It's a quick. It wasn't even long thought of. It was just like a little paragraph.
It's a certificate.
One
page.
know?
And there's a documentary with Jacob Rothschild sitting down with a guy talking about it. Showing the letter, stamped and sealed and everything.
A long ass tooth. Go ahead, bro.
Yep, it says Foreign Office, November 2nd, 1917. It says, "Dear Lord Rothschild, I have much pleasure in conveying to you."
I have much pleasure. Well, another word for joy is pleasure. That's a synonym. Go ahead.
"On behalf of His Majesty's government, the following declaration of sympathy with J-ish Zionist aspirations, which has been submitted to and approved by the cabinet. His Majesty's government view with favor the establishment in Palestine of a national home for the J-ish people, and will use their best endeavors to facilitate the achievement of his object, it being clearly understood that nothing shall be done which may prejudice the civil and religious rights of the existing non-J-ish communities in Palestine, or the rights and political status enjoyed by JEWs in any other country."
they've been proven lying from that.
Mm-hmm.
Based off that alone.
Yep.
Because the whole object was what? To claim the land for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And to push out the Palestinians.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so, and we seen it. That's what the whole campaign since October 7th been about. You know what? Fuck it, we gonna go ahead and do it.
Mm-hmm.
The whole world watching, but so what? They attacked us.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole narrative. It's always somebody attacking them.
Yeah. Well, victim, just like
Yeah.
in Genesis 27. You know that you read. He's a victim. He had already sold his stuff. Now you crying like a little. Well, I ain't gonna say that, but you know, you crying like a little baby.
Mm-hmm.
You know, always a claiming victim.
Yeah. That's it on that.
Because supposedly it started with them attacking the wall,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just a small little skirmish that has now led over to a whole year.
Mm-hmm. October 7th. It'd been
Yeah.
one year exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
That's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Next week.
Yep.
Yep.
So it just show you that these people, you know, it's like overkill, you know, with these people.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
You know, one small incident is growing into, what do you say in that article? It's like 42,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then now, and amass people like near famine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll read that again. It says more than 42,000 people have been killed. Almost the entire population are reported to have fled their homes at least once, and those in northern Gaza are on the verge of famine.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, whole neighborhoods and families have been erased, with homes, schools,
Might get Micah
and
too.
hospitals
I was just thinking
devastated
that.
by airstrikes and tank fire.
Micah 2,
Yeah, you already know.
1 and 2.
Start at the
Were
top.
we finished with the declaration?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was on
Yeah,
that.
it was that short.
Con.
It was that short.
I still got you.
I got that Micah 2.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
This is Micah chapter 2, beginning verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
Yeah, that goes right to what you Edomites, man.
Mm-hmm.
Start with Amalek. You doing these things because why? It's in the power of your hand. You was like it says. We read in Revelation 6. It was given to him to take peace from the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Since you've been in power, you saw there's been no peace.
Nope. What? Proverbs 29 and 2.
Yeah, when the wicked bear rule, the people do mourn.
Mm-hmm.
That's why everybody on the earth mourn. All the nations are mourning.
Mm-hmm.
You robbed and murdered and raped every nation on earth from its way of living.
Mm-hmm.
So what else is going to do besides mourn?
Yep.
That's why, man, you going down will be a total rejoicing.
Yep.
Even the earth is mourning.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even the earth, they tell you the earth is mourning.
Yep.
You know, because of what you've done to the earth. You know it's bad when it says that the tree's going to rejoice at your falling.
Mm-hmm.
That's heavy, man.
Con.
No failures come up against it.
It was just a what? A workman with the axe.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Go ahead.
No, I thought he was finished. Go ahead.
You want
This
to
is
come up?
Let me finish that.
verse 2. It says, and they covet fields and take them by violence.
Yeah, what covet mean?
Greedy, to want.
Yeah, to want.
Yeah. And
Something that's not yours. Go ahead.
no, inordinate desire,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to have, you know, so it's a over, because it's, you know, you could have a desire to want something, but to have it to where you will kill, steal, and rob for it,
God.
you know, it's that inordinate desire.
That's the Habakkuk 2.
Can I get a quick one for you?
Mm-hmm.
This is
Go ahead and finish it out while you get
Yeah.
rapping.
Okay.
Mhm.
It says, and take them by violence and houses and take them away, so they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
That's what's going on.
Mhm.
You just read an arc. Go ahead, Doc.
Con. This is Sirach 14 and 5 with Ecclesiastes. It says, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? Here's the point. He shall not take pleasure in his goods. So he's got everything and still not satisfied, like he was talking about. Still not satisfied with what he has. Okay. Did you
Jeremiah 13.
He said, oppress a man in a house in his heritage.
Mm-hmm.
That same Benjamin Milkowski of Benjamin Knight, he tried to place his heritage, Amalek, on those Palestinians. Okay, he called them Amalek, not knowing we already know, according to your own scholars of the 1925 Jewish Encyclopedia, Volume 1, page 5. It says Jewry is modern day Edom.
Yep. Modern day Jewry is Edom.
Modern day Jewry is Edom.
That's right.
Your own stuff says that.
That's a whole goodie right there. You gotta know that though.
Yeah.
You gotta know that though. So your own, like you said, your own books condemn you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they killed Arthur Kessler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for
13 tribes.
13 tribes. I got one right quick, just to back that up if that's okay.
Somebody get Deuteronomy 33, 29.
This is
29?
yeah, 33 and 29.
Yeah, just bring it out.
This is Numbers 24 and 20, and this is Balaam giving his prophecy. It says, and when he looked on Amalek, he took up a parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. All right, and that's who Amalek is. You know, he was the direct grandson of Esau, Edom, born of Eliphaz and Timnah, that wicked concubine. All right, and the first of the nations means the chief nation. Okay, the head, and we know that's him according to what's happening right now. We know that they own 90% of the U.S. Congress. Okay, who really makes the laws? You know, what's the name? Biden claimed that he was a Zionist. You got the candidate, you know, whose last name is Imhoff. She's married to one of them, and then her running mate. You know, just look him up and see what this association is with them, and it's just endless. It's just endless of how he's associated with them. So, you know, it's a no-win situation for Jake that, you know, that's supporting either one of them. Both of them are tied to Edom, point blank period, you know, and run by them.
Yep.
All right.
I got one more in there, Micah 2, if I may. Yeah, Micah 2 and 3 says, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go heartily, for this time is evil. You know? And amen, like the scripture saying, Amos 1 and 11, hey, the Lord, he not going to turn away that punishment. You know, and as it say, hey, neither shall you go heartily. So, amen, the Lord, he going to bring you down to the ground. And amen, hey, the Lord, man, hey, like the scripture saying in Isaiah 2, the walk that looks of man shall be humble, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. All right, since for this time is evil, because at the end of the day, man, nothing but bad times is coming for Esau, even so-called white men. For all the crimes, atrocities, and evils that he has committed in the earth, man. Hey, at some point, man, hey, every man got to reap what they sow. You know?
Just real quick, let me bring out this that he quoted, that he wanted. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verses 7. It says, for the Spirit of the Lord filleth the world, and that which containeth all things hath knowledge of the voice. Therefore, he that speaketh unrighteous things cannot be hid.
Oh man, that's Esau again. Because it says that Psalm 68 says that the wicked, when they born, they speak lies. You speak lies, that's unrighteous.
He said cannot be hid either.
Right.
Cannot be hid.
Cannot be hid.
I'll make Esau bear.
Yeah, because so long they at least they was hid.
Yeah.
You know, and then now everybody knows the illuminated ones on the left hand side in this
Who
world.
seeth us? Who knoweth us?
Yeah. We all know who the powers that be are.
Yep.
So it's like, you know what I mean? You're not hid anymore. Go ahead.
Neither shall vengeance, when it punisheth, pass by him. For inquisition shall be made into the counsel of the ungodly.
That's the ungodly counsel to begin with. The UN Jury Assembly, all right? You trying to sway people to believe you that you are fighting off people that's attacking you. Come on, man. They see right through that. Like, man, this nonsense, man. What, 127 people, or countries, I'm sorry, voted against you the other week? Was that last week? Or beginning of this week? This past week. This is a new week now, but, you know, they voted against, you know, those people, man, them Amalekites. Go ahead.
And the sound of his words shall come unto the Lord for the manifestation of his wicked deeds.
Of his wicked deeds. That's why everything, when we go into history, of how this society was set up, going back to the Renaissance, it goes back to the Amalekites. You know, the first crown family in 1300. It all goes back to them, the ones that came over here and raped, robbed, and pillaged, and stole our fucking land over here in America. The Amalekites. It was the small hats, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Cristobal Colon, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
They are small hats. The elites, the so-called founding fathers, they was tied to what? The small hats.
I got a book.
The slave ships was somebody, bro. The slave ships owned by who? You small hats, man.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking laws and legislation, the main lobbyists are these small hats.
Yep. APAC.
Just like, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say I had a book. I forget the title of it. That goes back to Cristobal Colon being tied to the Amalekites.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and like you said, not only did they own the ships, they financed the transatlantic slave trade.
The main slave owners.
All those big banks today, you know, the ones that voted on having a Federal Reserve back in 1912.
That's right.
All right.
You go into who the slave owners. You know, slave owners. The main reason why the Civil War was even fought to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
That goes back to the small hats. All right. Go ahead, bro.
You still got the rest of that article?
Yes, sir. It says, despite the bloodbath, Israel has sought to expand the war, and in the past week has been relentlessly bombing Lebanon, killing more than 700 people, including scores of women and children. See, that goes back to the Revelation 60, brother, where power was given to him to take peace from the earth, man. See, this devil Esau Edom, so-called white man, he don't want peace, man. Okay, it's obvious that he wants to wage war, and it's all the hopes of him taking over the entire land of Israel and pushing out the rest of the heathen and having it to himself, man.
Mm-hmm.
It says, visibly angry due to the mass walkout, Netanyahu defended his response to October 7th Hamas-led attacks on southern Israel and the recent escalatory attacks on Lebanon. Israel has every right to remove this threat and return our citizens to their homes safely, and that's exactly what we're doing, Netanyahu said. We will not rest until the remaining hostages are brought home. Netanyahu's speech was also replete with dire warnings that there could be more carnage to come. It says, I have a message for the tyrants of Tehran. If you strike us, we will strike you. He said there is no place in Iran that the long arm of Israel cannot reach, and that's true of the entire Middle East. It says tensions between Israel and Iran have been on the rise since Israel attacked Iran's embassy complex in Damascus earlier this year and assassinated Hamas's political chief Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran, which we know according to scripture, according to Ezekiel 38, that Iran is an ally that is directly backed by Russia. You know, when you read about Persia in Ezekiel 38, man, that's dealing with Iran. It says Iranian officials have said that Tehran reserves the right to retaliate at their chosen time and place. Throughout the week, world leaders have been calling for an end to the fighting, with several of them, including the U.S. President Joe Biden, reiterating calls for a ceasefire, which also we know is going to get worse from this point on because prophecy has to be filled. As Jeremiah 49:20 tells us, what the least of the flock shall draw them out, and the least of the flock being Amalek, which you know as the Israelis today. So something that they do is going to end up getting America drawn into war. You see, and ultimately, at the end of the day, they ain't going to have no choice because it's prophecy, man. And at some point down the line, all these nations are going to fire off missiles at America, man. You know, and that's all the Lord wrote. You know?
If I may add, that word least, the number one synonym for that is base, which is another clue that's Esau. Job 3:8 tells us he's a base man, children of fools. Right?
It says Netanyahu, however, seems to pour cold water on the idea, telling the UN that his military would keep striking Lebanon with all our might. We're at war with Hezbollah, he said. As long as Hezbollah chooses the path of war, Israel has no choice, and Israel has every right to remove this threat and return our citizens to their homes safely. You know, that's it.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
But that's a ploy because we know he's already guilty of war crimes. He has to stay at war in order not to meet that judgment. That's another thing. He has to keep it going on. Okay? And like you said, he wanted to keep going with the war. He's making himself the victim You know, that's that Psalms 55 and 21. You know, war in his heart. You know, his sword is drawn, even though he's trying to speak peace. You know, be smooth with it. No, dude, you are guilty.
Yeah, I'll pull that real quick. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 21. It says, actually 20.
Yep.
He that he hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him, he hath broken his covenant. The word. One second.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, he's broken in his covenant. He's put forth his hand to be at peace. You know, he's talking about he's trying to keep peace, putting that on the hostages. But no, it's not. You want that land over there. You got a whole different agenda, and everybody sees that. That's why they walked off from it. All right.
The agreement was what in the declaration it said that it wouldn't basically remove the Palestinians.
Yep.
Or the land of Palestine. Basically, in that Balfour Declaration, roughly. Go ahead.
Yes, because it was like just 4 months ago, you saw 100 and some. How many of them walked out?
127.
127. Just 4 months ago, only five or six of them came to the podium. That's a drastic increase from that point in time. They know you full of shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
So yeah, he's trying to continue to play a victim. You know, woe is me, yet you the one doing all the killing. All right? Doing all the destruction all over the place. And like you said earlier, was that you, Shai, that brought that out? He's fighting like other people around there as well? Yeah.
That was number one.
Yeah. Oh, I'm one. That was you?
Yeah,
Okay.
they had a war, 5 fronts. They got Hezbollah, Lebanon, Iran, Yemen, Syria.
The Houthis.
Yeah, the Houthis.
Yep.
Houthi rebels.
Yeah, I gotta look at that thumbnail again on the end time headlines because it show all the fronts that they at war with, which it shouldn't be too far back.
Because Hamas was started by you.
Yeah.
The Mossad belongs to the Israeli government.
And so does
So you can't fight against yourself.
ISIS.
Right.
Yep, which goes into like what we read in that Wisdom of Solomon, like all the lies, the unrighteous. You know, this is so you know the things you're setting it up, you know, and then you play it out as if to be the victim of the very thing in which you've created, you know, and then as time goes on, you're getting sloppy. People are seeing it, and then now you have other nations which have been seeing it and starting to, you know, part ways from you, you know, as we're seeing like in this article.
Yep.
You know, whereas before they would actually go out and they would push amongst their people, you know, hey, this we need to support them. You know, years back, you know, everything was sending money to them, you know, was to make sure that we take care of these people. You know, now they're like, look, we need to start taking care of our own selves.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And prepare for war because they're starting to see that this is about to go into the bigger prophecy, you know, these small wars into the bigger one, which is this Third World War.
Yep. And we wouldn't be surprised if they shot themselves and said one of those Arab nations did it. That's just how this bastard works.
Yep. So the 5 fronts you have that Israel is at war with is Hamas, Hezbollah, Iraqi and Syrian militias, Houthis, and Iran. You know, so really, man, in this case, man, you know, the state of Israel, man, they're the common denominator. But you know, they're portraying themselves to be, you know, these pure individuals who don't want no trouble, man. When it's exactly the complete opposite. Because why would various nations fight against one nation? I was going to show you that the state of Israel is a common denominator, and they're causing the most problems, man.
Everyone's against us.
Yeah, the state of Israel. Okay.
This is Deuteronomy 33 and verse 29. It says, "Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by the Lord, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency." It says, and thine, I'll start over. It says, "Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by the Lord, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency. And thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places." You know, and spiritually we are.
Yeah.
It says Isaiah 13, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles.
Yep.
The nobles are your elites, the powers that be. You're the ones put on front blast. You know, that's where the Inquisition starts at. The Inquisition is with the questioning, looking into a matter.
Yep.
Well, we started with Obadiah when he said an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Yeah.
Oh, and the true example is that is when they rolled up on the apostles, said, "We paid billions to keep this stuff with y'all. How did y'all find it out?"
Because the men of the Lord are the ambassadors of the Lord.
Well, here's the thing. It doesn't matter what you did. He said, according to Jeremiah 17:4, "I will discontinue from your head." Then he came right back to Baruch, who was a scribe for Jeremiah, and said, "You will remember yourselves and think upon my name." So the same way he took it away from us, he gave it back.
Yep.
It had nothing to do with you, Amalek.
You still want that Habakkuk?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
It's Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 16. "Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be excuse me. And let thy foreskin be uncovered."
Now we know you're gonna drink that cup, because it says drink, right? What you're gonna drink now is the cup, which is what the curses. You're gonna go into slavery. You know. Go ahead.
Yep, and that foreskin and going to what you being exposed, man. You see, because the way you portray yourself to be this victim and all that, hey, it's coming out that you not what you really say you are, man. And the nations, man, they can see it, man. It's clear as day.
And how's he gonna drink it? Just like you put that physical funnel in our mouth to make us drink, we gonna put that spiritual in yours. You know, like there's no way you can stop it. Just like we couldn't stop it. You know, but that recompense will be upon your head by the hand of his people, just like the scriptures say.
It says, "The cup of the Lord Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory." You know, and at the end of the day, man, shame is being brought upon you for all the atrocities you committed in the earth, man. You see, at one point in time, you know, mainly America, you know, was able to glory, you know, in their establishment, man. You know, the way their country was going and things of that nature. You know, really Esau in general, you know, them being able to glory in the fact that the earth is in their hands, man. You know, but hey, man, all the dirt is coming out. You know, the exposure is on the forefront. All your wickedness is being seen amongst the nations, man. And guess what? Now shame is being brought upon you. Beginning with the chief tribe of Esau, of Edom, Amalek, man. The small hats, man.
Okay. This is the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 27. And it reads, "The heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him." All right. So yeah, that's the heaven. That's Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You know, like the scriptures say, he revealed his secrets unto his servants and prophets. Okay, we out there speaking it. You know, going to the gates of the nobles. You know, letting them know, hey, you are guilty, and your punishment is coming. All right, and the earth shall rise up against him. Not only is the earth, you know, you can consider that everything. You know, as the people are from the earth as well too, but the land as well is rejecting you because of everything that you did. You know, the scriptures say, "Destroy him that destroyed the earth." All right.
You get exposed by the galactical mystery solvers.
God. All right. So with that, we hope this lesson was edifying to the elect body of the nation of Israel. Once again, going to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, B'Shem, Yahushai, B'Shem Rakakodash.
Double honors to our apostles and them, the great millstone, who rule well and teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and our fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also salutations to the hopeful elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the four corners of the earth, that belonging to the speckled bird, also known as your Israelite foreigners, and the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. To you, we say Shalom.
Shalom.
Kwame Yasharala.
Kwame Yasharala.
All right.